easy fish to fillet, mostly because the skin is so thin and there's pretty much no scales. They're just microscopic. Laying up the Spanish mackerel. I'll fillet this just like I fillet any other fish. Start near the head by the pectoral fin. Make a line from pretty much the back of the head down to the stomach. Then you cut down to the backbone. What I do is I make a little cut, kind of as a guideline along the spine. The side I'm going to fillet on this side. And put my blade down until I find the backbone, and just dig the knife right across the spine, or the rib cage, and I'll lay it there. And all I have to do is back and forth, but make sure it's at just a slight angle so it hits the rib cage. And you just go back and forth. You can feel it gliding across the rib cage. Bring it down to the edge of the tail. But don't cut all of it off. As you can see, I got that meat off. And you can hear, that's the, you can see, there's that bloodline. I got all that meat off right there. Now, you flip it over. You saw that the meat side is facing up. And what you do is make a tiny cut by the base of the tail, and you don't go all the way through. So you leave that, there's still skin right there, and you just get the meat off, and you do the same thing you did to get the meat off, the fillet off on this side, but you just slowly go over the skin back and forth to get the meat off. Now be careful with Spanish mackerel. I already did it. Because that skin is super thin and it tears, but you can see what I did there. I got most of that skin off. Not as big a deal with Spanish because it's not like they have thick scales or anything, so if you eat some of the skin, it's not a big deal. But for those who don't want skin on there, you just go over it with your knife. It should just peel right off. Now, if this was another fish, and I did the same thing, it would have come off pretty easily. Yeah, I don't mind that there. Alright, so there's your first fillet. You get most of the meat off. Oh, also the stomach lining, you just cut that right off. There you go, there's your fillet. It's a little rip because I had to rip some of that skin off. Again, Spanish mackerel is very thin skin, so it's kind of difficult to keep it all on there. But I just do the same thing the other side. Make that V. Cut down. Again, got all that meat off there. You can hear it rubbing against the bone there. Flip it over. See if I can get this. Shoot. Now, I'll show you another way, is if you accidentally cut that all off, and came off the body, which is pretty easy to do. So, came off the body, you don't know what to do. You just got this fillet sitting there. You got this fillet sitting there, and you got to cut it. What you do, you find that stomach lining. You see that stomach lining right there. What you want to do is find that stomach lining and cut just along it. Other fish, you'll feel the ribs. Yeah, there's ribs right here as well. There we go. But don't cut all the way through. Leave it so you can lay your knife in there and fillet it the same way you would going up the tail, where you just back and forth. Line those ribs. There we go. Perfect. There we go. And if you also, if that happens, you already get that stomach lining already off, and it just gets that skin right on. There's the blood line right there. Perfect. So there's my fillet. It's a little skinnier on this side because I did it differently. Actually, I gotta cut that off. There we go. You see along the bottom here, that meat's no good. It's got bones in it. There we go. 2 good fillets. We'll make some sushi.